everyone. Welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. Well, I am feeling some sort of way, you all. What do we think? See, I could never pull this off because I'm not confident enough. I'm going to be honest. Like, I could never pull this bad look off because I'm just not that. Ever. Like, I'm just not. But let's get started. So, for foundation and concealer, I am wearing the Armani Luminous Silk. And I'm not for sure. I think this may be the Power Fabric Concealer. I'm not for sure. This is the Luminous Silk, though. I do know that. My little thingy's gone off my concealer. But, I set everything with the Fit Me. Except for under the eyes and stuff, I used the Dim Light again by Hourglass. For bronzer and blush, I used the Pat McGrath. I used the Bronze Dawn for the bronzer. You know, and I feel like this look, but you need to be like fairer skin even. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I just feel like I can never pull off this look. You know what I mean? And then for the blush, I am wearing Love Struck again. I'm really liking this blush. The Berry Taupe. For highlighter, I'm wearing the Stila Kitten again. I've enjoyed that the other day. And still enjoying it. I'm glad I pulled this out because it has definitely been a while since I even thought about Stila, and I kind of feel bad because honestly their highlighters are very nice. They're subtle, but they can be built up. So we're looking at day 4, I think, of hair. So I think it's gonna have to be washed, y'all. I think it's that time. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is about the that's it. I can't do it no more. Is this day 4 or is this day 3? No, this is day 3. On day 4, I want to wash. That's what it is. So that's what it is, yeah. So this is technically day 3. And it's already looking like this. So I'm thinking that I'm going to have to wash it. So I'm thinking that I can do 3 days and then I have to wash my hair. Other than that, I can't do it. Can't do it. I don't know how people do it. I wish I knew, but my hair starts to look horrid by this point. Alright, so we're going to be playing with the Kiss palette again. And this time, so yesterday I did the purples. Today we're going to do these reds. I kind of want to do one for each robe just so you can get a feel for it. I really do feel the vibes of this palette, but I don't think they're necessarily my vibes. You know what I mean? Like, it's just too dark. At least this look is too dark. I don't know if I could have toned it down at all. The purple row I loved. Like, it was dark, but it wasn't like over the top dark. For lip, I used the lip liner Bolchek by Colourpop. And then I put on Weirdo by Jeffree Star. I know, I have it. I'm using it. And then the gloss is by him too in, I don't know what this is. Don't know. But that's what's on the lips. So, because I feel like a red just wasn't doing it yesterday, you know? And maybe red would have looked fine with this look. I don't know. But I wasn't feeling it. So, and I'm wearing black eyeliner. I pulled the Chucky eyeliner. It's the pencil. And I actually like this eyeliner. I'm not big into eyeliner, but if I was going to wear black, that's not a bad one, just so you know. So let's get started. We're going to go into the Demon first. And I'll be honest, I went in with a very soft hand because we all know that Glamlite colors are pigmented. I will say, though, that it is blendable. The mattes are fine in this palette, to be fair. Like, I don't see any, I haven't so far had any issues. Let me say that. So far, so good, right? But I did notice something. The metallic shades, I don't think they're all that wonderful, I guess. I mean, they're pretty. Don't get me wrong. They're pretty. But they're not like the regular Glamlite, to be fair. I don't know what's up. Haven't figured that one out yet. But they still work. Don't get me wrong. They're still working. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, this isn't going to be like my favorite palette of all times. No. I had to think about it. No. Like the Chucky and the Jason still kind of have me by chokehold, to be fair. But this isn't like a bad palette either. Like it is good. Look at that. Like, and it almost like it just blends nice. Like you can see where the main pigment was laid down through here, and then it just blended out beautifully. Now, I'm not a makeup artist, so maybe it's not as beautiful as I think it is. But to me, it looks beautiful. Like the way it worked. Okay. Now we're going to go into Love It Loud. And let me tell you, this throw gets real dark real quick. So I'm going to be very easy here when applying this shade. But to be fair, even though these are dark shades, they're not hard to use. The first brush I used was my favorite, Sephora brush. This one's a BH brush in number 1. I don't know. I was not about to use my BK Beauty because I did not want them stained, and I almost got the green stain out of most of them. I know. I'm scared. I think probably where it's at is where it's going to stay. But, like, I don't want to stain, like, I don't want to see a stain. Like, I'm sure this stains, but because these bristles are black, like, you're not going to see it. So it don't matter to me. But yeah, like, it just blends beautifully. It really does. I mean, go in with a light hand. Don't be going crazy now. Because if you do, and I'm barely touching the skin too in the beginning. Like, once I've got it where, like, the color laid down where I want it, then I can go in a little harder or whatnot. But in the beginning, it is a very soft and slow process building. Just know that with Glamlite shadows, soft and smooth. We're going to take that same shade on the lower lash line. And I'm actually going to use the black. Okay. And it's nice. It works well. I'm shocked. Usually I don't do black because we all, if you've watched any videos, dark shades just scare me to no end. Because here's the thing. Yes, it is just makeup, right? I get that. But who wants to sit down and do their makeup and mess up? And then either A, you have to redo it. B, go about your day with it on. Or C, you can try to fix it, but if you're not, if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be hard to do. And 9 out of 10, yeah, you can't. It's just impossible. Did I not put... Oh, yeah, I did. I was like, did I not put eyeliner on this eye? Because, I'd be getting crazy sometimes, so I could definitely see me not putting eyeliner on my eyeball. Or I start it and stop it. I've done that before, too. As crazy as that sounds. But I have done that. If out of everything out of this collection, now I still haven't tried the black and white paints because, well, I really don't know how. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I get it, you put it on your lid, right? And blend it, but here's my problem with that. I don't think it'll look right for me because I'm not an artist. Like, that type of, like, definitely not that type of artist by no means. We're gonna use a small pointed eyeshadow brush, ES6. I have no idea. Oh, Profusion. We're going to go into Black Diamond. I need you to see, okay? You like pinprick this, okay? Very little. Tap off. And we're going to put it on this outer portion here. And I'm kind of just stamping it right now where I want it because I don't mess with black. Again, pinpoint, tap off, laying it down. I will try to blend it in a minute. Like, or blending as you go, whatever you want to do, but like go in very small steps. Baby steps. I mean, like, baby. And if I could have found a smaller brush, I probably would have used it even, to be fair. But this was the smallest brush I had beside me, so that is what we're doing. It's great for a liner too. And you can see I'm barely just building it up. Now, if you're more braver than me, by all means, pick it up and go to town. But if you're a baby like me, very light steps. You'll get there anyway. It may take you a little bit longer than you'd want, but you will get to where you're wanting to go, I promise. If you do baby steps. I need a bigger mirror. Or I need a magnifying mirror because I can't even see what I'm doing, y'all. But I will say this is a pretty, like, the way these colors are back to back to each other, it is very pretty. I don't know if you put them on, like, really intense how it would look. I am curious on that. But I am fine with it being, like, lightly on, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need all the pigment. I don't know. I can't say that. Well, yeah, I have used black in the outer corner, I was going to say, because the Xenon palette by Natasha Denona. So I have played with black. But you know, for what this is, it's not that hard to play with. Just saying. Alright, now we're going to go into... Hold on. Okay, I think this is the lighter one. Alright, so now we're going to go into Firehouse, which is this one right here. And I really do like the way they set these rows up. And I'm going to put it in the front portion of my lid. And again, I could have just used this shade all over, and I guess it would have been a little bit of a lighter look. Or you can use the next shade and really make it a dark look. It's just preference. I'm trying to just use as many shades as I can for you, personally. Although I do think I would have set this look up the same, other than I may have only picked one of the metallic shades to use instead of both, if we're being honest. But if I was sitting down, I may have created the same look, you know, to be fair. I really don't know. But I do know for sure I'm doing it for you all, so you can see every shade. Alright, so that is Firehouse on the lid. And that is a pretty shade. But do you notice that, like, it seems more drier than their other metallic shades, I think. Or maybe more hard pressed. I don't know, there's just something different about it than other palettes. And like, I own a good bit of Glamlite palettes. However, there's nothing wrong with it either, just so we're clear. Like, I'm not having any issues other than just it's a different feel, texture. You know what? Black lipstick, I don't like it. It makes my teeth look yellow. Interesting. Anywho, let's go into Axe, which is this shade. Sorry guys, I'm all over the place. And let's put it in this outer portion of the lid. This is a dark shade though. This would be a very vampy look if you just applied this shade, I'm not gonna lie. you would have, it's almost like a red, black, brown type of shade. I don't know. It is different though. It is different. I will give it that. It's not, and like with it paired up with these other colors, I think it would be beautiful over the lid. That's what I'm saying. Like I think I technically would have just chosen one shade to use if I was like not showing you the shades, but I don't know because I do like the way this looks. Interesting. Okay, for inner corner, there's only one shade in this palette I could use for inner corner. I know that. And that is the Spaceman. But at the same time, I'm not mad about that because I do think this color goes with every single look. But again, I feel like this formula is different in the fact that you really have to like build this up if you want to actually see the shade, because it just, the like you put it on and brush it out or blend it or however you want to talk about it, it goes. And that's just not like Glamlite, you know what I mean? That's usually not their formula at all. But with that said, it works, just not what I'm expecting. However, the overall palette, the tones, everything, I think are beautiful. So I don't really know how to tell you about it, to be honest. Alright, so I use that whole row. We're going to take Black Diamond now, and we're going to line the top lash line and lower lash line. Again, rougher brush, you know I love it. And I'll be honest, I'm not mad at this look at all. Like, I'm kind of feeling it. Well, I am feeling it, but just with my own personality behind it, I know I can't pull it off. So even though this is a very beautiful look, I feel like the look's wearing me. I'm not wearing the look type of thing. But maybe if I have an inner rock goddess, like some people do, I could maybe channel it. I don't know. Because I'm going to tell you, the rock and roll girls out there and boys, they are creating some banging looks and look amazing, and you can just see it in their eyes that they're feeling it and loving every minute. You know what I mean? And like, that's definitely not where I'm at with this palette. Do I think it's beautiful? Absolutely. Okay. Sorry, I'm being quiet. I'm trying to get this on here perfectly because me and black, not friends. Alright, I'm going to go in with this liner again because I feel like it may have faded or something's going on here. My eyes are watering. I don't know. There we go. Perfect. Now it's looking a lot better. There we go. Oh yeah. Now it's looking more like the other eye. I need this brush again with the black. Okay. And then we're going to go back into that Love It Loud that I used on the lower lash line because I don't want to lose that shade at all. I like that shade actually. It's like a purple burgundy red. It's really pretty the way they created that one. I will say there's no transfer for the mascara. I will use it again right now. I'm not getting like transfer up there. It's not flaking, anything like that. So that's a plus. However, I'm not a fan of the mascara, I'm not gonna lie. It's just not. Um, doing much for me personally. And to be honest, the brush, it's hard as a rock. It is so stiff, and just if you poke yourself, you're gonna hurt yourself, type of thing, you know. But let's start with the primer first. I wish I would have done a Am I a Butthole today, because I kind of feel like I look like one. Like, no matter what the scenario I gave, I feel like I would be the butthole in my appearance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like I'm this mean girl. I don't know. It's so weird. Because, like, I don't think people are mean. That's the problem. Like, that wear these looks, I don't think they are. But for some reason, I feel like that's kind of vibe I get when I create these looks. Like, and not necessarily mean, just like, don't mess with me, don't look at me, don't talk to me type of look. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel. I'm not saying that's the way everybody feels that creates these kind of looks. But when I do these kind, it's like that's, and I look at myself in the mirror trying to take myself seriously, because it's hard for me to take myself seriously. Um, that's how I feel. Like, people are staring at me and thinking like, oh, she's that type of girl, is she? And I don't know what type that is, but yeah, that's how I feel. I will say I think the primer is pretty good. I'm just not a fan of the mascara. I mean, I'm not a fan of this either. But if I had to pick one or the other, it'd be this. But since it comes both together, I would just say skip it. Like, unless you're a fan of Kiss. But to me, if you're a fan of Kiss, I would buy the eyeshadow palette and, like, the mirror. Like, those are the things I personally would buy if I was a fan. I'm not a fan, but I'm not a fan either. You know what I mean? I'm purchasing this because, well, A, I'm a fool, and I don't know when to stop purchasing, and B, I like Glamlite, so. But I also want to be honest. I'm not a fan of this. Although this is better than any of their other mascaras they've come out with. I'll say that much too. Although, again, to me, I'm not saying much because their other mascaras weren't that great. Again, Betty Boop was better than Scooby Doo, but that ain't saying much. And then this is better than the Betty Boop. But again, could be because of the primer, to be fair. I really hope this don't stain my skin. I just now start thinking about that. I mean, not that I care, but I don't want it to either. I hope I ain't got nothing I gotta do. Oh my. We're gonna put this on the bottom too. Maybe. Like, a lot of product just doesn't come off on this brush. Could be a good thing. Depends on what you're doing, I suppose. I will say it does do separation and a little bit of lift and a little bit of length. But I also curled my lashes, so I'm really not for sure on this mascara, to be fair. Like I said, it isn't their worst, but it's not the best mascara either. So that's up to you. Again, if you like red, I would say get the lip. If the palette so far, 2 looks, 2 rows, 2 full rows, so I'm halfway down the palette and I like it. It isn't the same formula, at least in my opinion, but it's still really good and worth the price point. The mascaras, the black and white eye primer. Again, that's all if it's something that you would use. It's not something I would use. I could have skipped it and saved money, to be fair. I could have just purchased the palette, if you want to know the truth. But I do really, really like their formula for their lip liner and lipsticks, though, so I will say that. But that color is not for me, and I knew that red's not me. Like red and black, it's not me. You gotta babysit. I'm gonna have to babysit this all day, and be lucky if it ain't down here at my chin when I go to eat and stuff. So that's why. But overall, that's the look. I think it's beautiful. I do. Is it me? Absolutely not. But is it pretty? Absolutely. Could I make this look be me? I don't know. I don't know if I can make this look be me. Maybe. Like, I like it a lot. Just like not on me though, type of thing, you know? But let me know. Let me know what you think. I'm going to continue to play, obviously, because I want you to really understand what you're getting if you do get it. I like the way it is set up, the rose, the colors, the gradient effect. I mean, it's all A+. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all of that way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.